credit where credit's due. Jai Courtney was good in this movie. Was the rest of the movie good though? Hey, let's find out. Alright, review of Suicide Squad's coming in a second, but first, I think I have a little bit of explaining to do. There's two things I want to talk about. First, yeah, I haven't really made any videos in a while. The summer's a really busy time for me, so I can't really get them up in a prompt fashion, but I've been filming the whole summer, I've been editing the whole summer, I'm still backlogged, I have like 7 other videos I need to edit. I just put up a whole slew of videos, pretty much covers the month of June and like the first bit of July. Hopefully this video doesn't get lost in the shuffle, but anyway, so all those videos are up if you want to check those out. I know a lot of those movies are already out of theaters, but I'm also working on my reviews for July, so like the BFG, Ghostbusters, a movie called Hunt for the Wilderpeople, great indie movie, Star Trek, Lights Out, all those reviews are coming, as well as a review for Chamber of Secrets. I want to finish those Harry Potter reviews before Fantastic Beasts. I'm going to make it happen. The other thing is, since this is a DC movie, Suicide Squad, as a lot of you know, is coming off the heels of Batman v Superman, a movie that I didn't really like. I know a lot of other people did not like, but Warner Brothers still baited me into buying this. So I got the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman. I have watched it, and I will say, it's better than the theatrical cut. However, I still don't think it's a good movie. Like, it fixes the stuff in the desert, gives Lois Lane a little more to do, which one of my issues was the fact that she had too much to do, but they gave her enough now to where the reason she's in the movie makes a little more sense. You spend more time with Clark Kent. I felt like that was sorely missing in the original version. So those are just my quick thoughts on the Ultimate Edition. I wanted to get those out there, but I didn't want to do a whole video on it because I didn't feel like it really warranted a whole video. So now that all that's out of the way, let's talk about Suicide Squad. Like I said earlier, the third movie in the DC extended universe after Man of Steel, after Batman v Superman. Neither movie has really been praised by everybody. I actually kind of liked Man of Steel. I haven't seen it in a while. Maybe I should rewatch it. Wasn't a fan of Batman v Superman, so let's see how Suicide Squad turns out. And in Suicide Squad, you got Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. She and the rest of the US government are like talking about Superman and the fact that Superman's dead in this movie. But what if another Superman, another metahuman comes down to Earth, they don't play by our rules, they start wreaking havoc. We need to have a response team. So Amanda Waller forms the Suicide Squad. You got Harley Quinn, you got Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, Killer Croc, El Diablo. And it's kind of what you see from the trailers. They're sent on this mission to die, their helicopter crash lands in the middle of a wrecked city, and then adventure and blah blah blah, and yeah. Now I gotta say, I really liked the Suicide Squad, the team that they set up in this movie. There's a couple of standouts like Will Smith, Margot Robbie. They're given the most backstory. Deadshot actually has a kid in this movie. I don't know if Deadshot in the comics has a kid, but they're trying to add some humanity to him, which wasn't really in Deadshot's character for me, but I see what they were trying to do. It didn't always land for me, but Deadshot does have some really cool action scenes in this movie where he's just mowing down dudes with his little bracelet thing. That kind of won me back onto his side. Will Smith was great. He has proven time and time again why he's still around. He's a super charismatic actor. And same goes with Margot Robbie. Obviously, she hasn't been around for as long as Will Smith, but she's a great actress. Even in movies she's been in where they're not that good, like Focus, let's say, she's still really good in the movie. And like I said in the intro of this video, Jai Courtney was actually good in this movie. Never been a big Jai Courtney fan, especially after Terminator Genesis. You wrecked the character of Kyle Reese. And I know it wasn't all his fault, but he's the actor, so I can blame him. But he was great as Captain Boomerang. I don't know anything about the character, but he's this really like eccentric, crazy Australian type dude. Got that total mercenary mindset, like second we are free of this thing, I am out. And he just made the movie really fun. And the tone of this movie is a lot lighter than the tone of Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. I really appreciated that. However, sometimes that tone feels like it's conflicting with a darker tone. Almost like they filmed Suicide Squad to be really dark, and then Batman v Superman came out, and then they went and reshot Suicide Squad. Yeah, that happened. So you do have these conflicting tones, but overall it is the lightest movie in the cinematic universe. The other members of the squad, El Diablo, Killer Croc, they're serviceable. They don't really stand out. I liked the effects on Killer Croc. He looks miles better than the Lizard in Amazing Spider-Man. I think that's because they actually used practical effects. And El Diablo, they give him a backstory, but they don't tell you it till like halfway through the movie. The movie wants to keep you guessing like he's this mystery man, like, oh, what's this guy's backstory? Does he have a really tragic past? But it's so obvious that when they actually revealed it, I was just like, wait, didn't they already say that in the movie? They didn't? Okay, now comes the part that I know everyone was excited for. Jared Leto as the Joker. I really want to like him as the Joker. Like, okay, rewind the clocks, about a year, last year's Comic-Con, they released that trailer for Suicide Squad, you know, like the dark trailer, when the Joker came on screen and he was saying, oh, I'm not gonna kill you, I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really badly. I had tears in my eyes. That was my favorite trailer from last year's Comic-Con. I liked it more than the BVS trailer. I liked it more than the Deadpool trailer. I was saying, dude, Jared Leto is going to crush as the Joker. And he didn't really do that. He was very average. This whole movie really is very average. And what I like about the Joker is that he is such a multi-faced character that you can go in so many different directions with him. In this movie, he's kind of like a mob boss. You know, he's got all this bling, he's got the grills. Two problems I have with the Joker. The first is I never really got the sense that he was actually crazy. He kind of felt like a sane person that was trying to act crazy. My second problem, and I'm going to compare him to Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and Mark Hamill. With all of their Jokers, they are crazy, they're psychotic, but you get their motivations. You might not always agree with them, sometimes you will, but in the end, the motivations are still there. I couldn't really understand Jared Leto's motivations in this movie. He just felt like, I'm crazy and I'm in this movie because Harley Quinn's in this movie. He's not in the movie much. He's probably in it for like 10-15 minutes. I don't think he needed to be in it at all. Could have alluded to him in a scene right before the credits or even a post-credit scene and then have him in like a solo Batman movie. He just didn't feel necessary in this movie. I wasn't afraid of him at all. He's by far my least favorite cinematic Joker. Now jumping into the negatives of this movie, there's a good amount. This movie suffers from a similar problem that Batman v Superman suffered from. Is you can just tell there is so much plucked out of this movie. There are interviews with the cast saying like, oh, there's so many deleted scenes that we couldn't even put in the movie. And it shows. They stripped down this movie so it mainly just have action in it. The way they introduce all the characters is through flashbacks at the beginning of the movie. It's Amanda Waller sitting down with some other government guys. She's going through this folder. You're seeing flashbacks of each person. Their stats show up on the screen. That scene was going on for a good 25 to 30 minutes. I checked my watch. We were 30 minutes into the movie and I was like, oh my gosh, we're still at this scene. And they were probably scenes for more backstory and fleshing out those characters that would have felt more natural in the movie, but they cut those out so they could put more action beats in. There are entire scenes in this movie that just feel like reshoots. There's a scene with Harley Quinn in an elevator that just felt so out of left field. And the ending of this movie is just, it's unforgivable at this point. So the Suicide Squad is going to stop this big evil baddie, and the baddie is constructing a weapon. Just look at the majority of superhero movies in the last 5 years. Take a guess at what that weapon is. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. It's a giant sky beam. The giant sky beam is not scary anymore. It worked in the Avengers, and it hasn't worked since then. And the climax, like the last big thing that they have to do, it's entirely in slow motion. The scene could have taken like 5 seconds. They drag it out to about 45 seconds to a minute. People around me in the theater were giggling. We're like, when did we get this scene going? Overall, Suicide Squad has a mostly good cast. The team is good. I didn't like Jared Leto. The villain was really weak. A lot of editing problems, a lot of script problems. The ending felt like Fantastic Four. I like this movie better than Batman v Superman, but not by much. And I wanted to love this movie. Like, every single trailer I saw for this movie got me so hyped. When that Ballroom Blitz trailer came out, I shared it on Facebook, and my post was, I'm calling it right now. Suicide Squad is going to be the best DC movie since The Dark Knight. Oh man, I'm regretting that post right about now. But hey, did you guys see Suicide Squad? Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Do you guys want to see more of Jared Leto as the Joker? Do you want to see more of this crew? Whatever your thoughts are on all of that, comment down below. Let me know. And thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, you can click subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. There's more to come in the future. You can also check out the backlog stuff that I just uploaded. Enjoy all that, and I'll see you guys next time.